Okay, let's do this. Hi everybody, my name is Karen. This is KBH Stitches, Flosstube number 9. It is November 11th already, and I don't really know how that happened, but I'm here with just a Flosstube update. I haven't been the most productive over the last few weeks. October gets a little crazy. Both my son and my husband's birthdays are in October. We have Nevada Day, we have Halloween, then we get into November. I host Thanksgiving, which is somehow in a week. I got a turkey yesterday. Anyway, so things are a little chaotic, but I have some fun stuff to show, so we're going to start there. First of all, I want to thank everybody for your comments on my last Flosstube. A lot of support and a lot of comfort was extended my way, and I really appreciate it. And also a lot of praise for my finishes that I really loved doing, and I so appreciate the feedback. It was so fun. And on top of that, some really great help on mistakes that I had made in that process. So I think what we're going to do is start there. I do have a new fully finished item, but in the meantime, I have a couple refinished items. So last time I had showed you my 5 o'clock somewhere from ink circles that I had hot glue gun to a board, and it was just off by like an inch. It was enough that you really saw it. And so I got some really great ideas of how to deal with that. Sorry, I'm trying to get the glare off my glasses, but I don't know what to do. You know, people said put little buttons on there. Somebody said put like a drink stick, which would have been really fun, on there. Just kind of put something on there to offset the energy, which that was all great. So I kind of put it aside thinking that that's what I would do. And then I got another comment that said, if you use a hair dryer on the hot glue, it will not melt, but it will release. And so immediately I was like, you know what, let's just try it. So I brought the piece upstairs and I did the hair dryer. And what was great was the glue I had put on the board stayed and the fabric came off totally clean. Now on the corners where I had glued fabric to fabric, that kind of stayed, but that was okay. It let me take the piece off and I was able to iron it again. And then I went ahead and I actually laced this for the first time. This was my first time lacing. And as you can see, it's now centered. And I laced this. So it's not beautiful, but I used the tutorial from Lindy Stitches. Steph is Lindy Stitches, and it's called like the lazy way to lace or something like that. And basically it's kind of like a corset. You kind of just loosely do your stuff and then you zoop it up. And so it helps because you can get one side straight before you do the other side. So anyway, I was so happy about that and so thankful for the advice. And it just reminded me kind of the Instagram world where everything is always perfect, right? And it's okay to go on and say, hey, I did this and it's not perfect. You can see there's a little glue right there, and people will provide you help. And so, and it also was really good for me to realize that, because I didn't finish my stitching for a really long time because I was too scared to cut it. I was too scared I would mess up the stitches. I was too scared of this, that, or the other. It's not permanent really. It's not permanent. There are ways. And so anyway, so first of all, I learned that you can get things off if you have glued them. So don't fret. But also this lacing made me a lot less scared, because it would be so easy. I had to stick a piece of tape on there. To cut those and redo it. And you haven't done damage. It's fabric. and thread. So anyway, I still have plans for this one. My husband's going to cut out some kind of martini glass shape thing. I don't know. We haven't done it yet, but when I get there, we'll get there. So very pleased about that. And that also made me go back. I had framed this, sorry, I don't know. There's a window. That's how I live. This is the Redbird Sampler by Brenda Gervais. And I had framed it myself using stitchery tape, I think is what it's called. It's basically like a real thick double-sided tape. And you kind of put it over the top and then you lay your fabric over it. And what had happened with this piece was I had measured in like 3 inches or whatever, and then came down here, and to get it in this frame, this is just like a 1/4 inch maybe over the frame. In order to get it to fit in the frame the way I wanted it to. It's basically a square piece, but I really wanted the grass to go off on the sides. Does that make sense? And so I got a 5x7 frame, I believe. And so it made it really, really, really tight at the top. And as soon as I framed it, probably 2 weeks later, it totally sagged. So I took it out and I laced it, and I think it looks pretty good. There's some schmutz in there right there, but I'll get it out at some point. It's schmutz from my sewing table. It's not on the fabric. But anyway, so that felt a lot better too. So number 1, don't fret. Number 2, lacing is super easy and doesn't feel permanent. And ask for help because people are wonderful. So thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the help. It was really fun. The one thing that happened was my husband watched the video and he said, I watched like 5 minutes of it. And the thing that I love is that you are so happy. I can tell that you are genuinely happy doing this. And so that's what I'm taking with me. As long as I'm happy doing this, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it the way I do it. And that's the end of that. So anyway, the only other follow-up to that video was I had asked whether I should put trim on this pillow. And I did go ahead and do it. And I do think it really helps with these snowflakes. So it's just a little green, ooh, something sticking out of there. It's just olive green chenille on there. So that's getting all ready to put out for Christmas. And then I had one other fully finished, I fully finished one other thing. So I stitched this a long time ago. This was a Brenda Gervais freebie on her Instagram. And during the time she released it in parts, like 4 parts. And so it would be the link in her Instagram, and it's not there anymore. I don't know if you can still get this, whatever, but it's little Santa with the reindeer decorating the tree. These are French knots. I'm not good at the French knots. And like when I picked this up, I thought, oh, I should take those out and put on beads. And then I thought, no, I shouldn't. So I just finished this one with a little red on the back. It has these cute little green berries. I thought that was, and I just liked the way the pillow looked. So I didn't put anything on it, but I did add this little candy cane. And these little, I think they're called bulb safety pins. I will get back to in my haul. But I thought that turned out really, really cute. I'm very happy with it. So again, it was a freebie from Brenda Gervais. I looked for it and I couldn't find it. Sorry. All right. So those were my finishes. Now we are moving on to whips. Fergus is right here sleeping. So if you see his little shadow. So first things first, Sarah Stitchy Spot, she always talks about how she has her laundry basket of whips. And on her last video, she said, you know, it's really great. You should get a laundry basket. So Sarah, I got a laundry basket and you're not wrong. It is great. What happened, so I bought this laundry basket. It was $2 at Target. $2, people. And throughout the last few weeks, as I did things, I just put them in here. And so this morning, when I went to do my video, instead of running around like a mad person trying to figure out what did I do and where did I put it and all of that, it was all in my basket. Genius. So anyway, get yourself a basket. All right. So first things first, my whips, my 25/7. Let's talk about 25/7. So I fell off the wagon a little bit. So anyway, let's start. My 25/7 project. It's from the Scarlet Letter. A peacock, a unicorn, and a badger. So 25/7. Every day of the week, you pick it up, you work on it for 25 minutes. Okay, and you're going to notice that I haven't gotten much further. I filled in the peacock, and I filled in all this green, which actually is no small feat. This takes a long time. But also what happened is college football started, and we are a big college football watching family. And so it was like on a Saturday, I didn't pick it up. And then I just didn't pick it up. And then, as you'll see my whips, I gotta be in my bonnet about stitching something for a friend. And that has taken all of my time. So what I'm gonna do, and also I think it's the change in the weather. I tend to stay in bed a little bit longer and it gets darker earlier. And so what my plan is, because I don't want to let this go. I don't want to drop it at all. So my plan is I am changing 25/7 to 27/5. So on the weekdays, I'm doing it for 27 minutes. So it's just a little bit longer, but it also gives me a little freedom. So if I miss a day, I have the weekend to make it up. If I don't miss a day, I have the weekend off. So that's what I'm doing from now on. It's going to be 27/5. And I think I said this last time, but I don't think I had the picture. So what I'm doing, I'm right in this little corner up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down this way. This is the second page. And I did confirm that the second page will get me to the tail. I think this is a different page, but it will get the tail completed. So I'm going to come down, complete his tail, complete all this. Then I'm going to work across. So I get that top of the tree done. Then move back. This one, it's just that it spans 4 pages in the pattern, and that gets a little convoluted. The pattern is very nice. It is all color, right? And it is many pages. And so it's nice, but it's a little clumsy. So again, I'm going to come down here, finish the tail, and then I'm going to go across. So this and down to the tail is like going to be probably the rest of the year, if I'm lucky. But that's what the plan is. So 25/7 is being changed to 27/5 to give myself a little grace. And that's okay. There's a lot of stuff coming up. Holidays, everything else. You know, we tend to do a lot of things on the weekend as a family because that's just our time. And so that's what I'm going to do in order to keep my energy up around it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's fine too. Okay, so my next whip, which also became a finish somehow. I was not expecting this at all. But I had wanted to work on another black cat before October ended. And so I took out Snarky Cat by Teresa Koget. And I thought, no way, because I had basically the cat done. So I had this full pumpkin to do and this, I don't know if that's a floor or a tablecloth or whatever, but I didn't think there was any way I was going to finish it. But I wanted to pick up another black cat piece before the kind of spooky season ended. And I did, and I finished. There he is. Look how cute. It's so cute. Here, so I made a few changes. In the pattern, there's white whiskers on the cat, and we have a black cat who does not have white whiskers. So I just left those off. They were just big, long stitches. So I left those off. And then I don't know if you can tell, but around the smile and then the nose, nope, just around the smile was black coffee. And then the eyes and the nose were supposed to be espresso bean? Mascara. So this kind of darker black. And so I changed that and I just did all these in black coffee. I just wanted the pumpkin to look all the same and have that cat be darker. And basically I just got to a point, I outlined the pumpkin, I messed up over here and had to rip it all out. But I did that, and then I outlined these, I don't know, are they pennies? I don't know what it is, and I outlined this. And then I went pumpkin color, a floor color, a pumpkin color, floor color, and went back and forth, and I got there. So anyway, this is on 40 count straw, possibly. Anyway, I love it. I am so excited. I cannot believe I finished that, to be perfectly honest. I won't finish it probably for a little bit. I'm just not feeling anything to go with it that I already have. And so I'll just kind of wait maybe. It might be a finished, like a fully finished next year. Okay. Number 2 was after Black Cat Sal. I started my Pretty Bird Sal. And this is Eddie and Patsy by Maximum Cross Stitch. I started this on our last trip to Utah. It is on 40 count. Yep. It's in here. It's on 40 count Stone Something by XJU Designs. I don't know. 36 count. It's not 40. Guys, I've been out of it lately. My brain is just overpowered. It's 36 count Stone Something from XJU Designs. If you need to know, let me know. Done with the DMCs. And I got the majority of Eddie done. And then I have stitched that leaf. I think this is my 4th go. And I just had to stop. It was driving me crazy. And the problem is, it's like 3 shades, right? So I did finally get to the 2nd shade, so I feel better. But you try to lay that line of the first shade so that the 2nd and the 3rd shades are easier. And that was the one I had to do 4 times. And so I have gotten to the 2nd shade, so I should be doing better. I do plan to take this out soon. And I'm stitching it with just Pretty Bird Sal, which is, just a hashtag. I like to see what other people's projects are. I've seen a lot of people stitching a lot of really beautiful birds lately. And they're really fun. There's something about, I don't know, the bright colors and all of that. So that is my Pretty Bird Sal. So that was a whip. And then I had talked about, I love this bag. This bag is from is it Kathy's Posies? I don't know. I have another one from her today because I have to stop buying project bags. But this has a lot of my Prairie Schooler projects in it. And so the whip that I had taken out, oops, is these acorns. I plan to finish them as the acorns and put them in a wooden bowl. And I'm working on that squirrel. Oh, Lord, sorry. And I didn't honestly get very far. Like I said, I got sidetracked by something, but we're going up here. And these are called for on 32 count. So I did the 32 count so that it has a template for the acorn tops. So I did it on the 32 count, but I'm just doing it one strand of floss over 2 threads. And so it gives a kind of antique-y look, which I also like. So this is what I'm going to work on today because I finished the whip yesterday that was taking all of my attention. So this is what I plan to go back to today. And I'll talk a little bit more about kind of my November plans. I don't really have any, but I'll talk about it a little bit more. Anyway, I got distracted. I decided that I wanted to stitch something for a friend who has had kind of a rough time, but is, to be honest, she's the host of the Stitchy group, and she continues to be just really kind about making sure that still happens, even though she has a lot going on in her life. So I took out these birds and berries again. I showed these the other day. I have finished all 4, and I've finished all 4 into pillows. And I stitched her the cardinal. So today I'm going to fully finish this. I'm going to fully finish this into a pillow. Trying again to make it more wintry as opposed to Christmassy, but I just kind of thought she could use a pick-me-up, and so I took this out thinking it would not take very long. It took a long time. There's a lot of stitches in there. But I got it done yesterday, so my plan today is to fully finish that and hopefully give that to her before Thanksgiving as a thank you for just continuing to host. All right, so then those were my whips. Again, it wasn't great progress. Things are just kind of off, but we'll get there. All right, so for haul, first thing I got, I'm a duck. And I just got this I kept looking at the book of days and just a way to keep track of my stitching. I've been thinking about how I want my kind of stitching to go. Like I said, last year, it was around this time that we ended up in the hospital and kind of my whole world kind of changed. And now it's not going to change back, but it is going to be different. And I'm just trying to figure out ways to kind of keep myself involved and keep myself excited about things. And I don't know if that means going back to things I've done before or trying something new, but I'm going to talk about that in my plans. But anyway, the book of days, I love the book of days, but I just know I'll open it and I'll never write in it. So I thought I would get this to kind of write what I stitch every day and then use this as, when I do Flosstubes, as a way to kind of remind myself. So anyway, you didn't really need to see that. Under the Woolen Willow got me again. I would say that her page is dangerous, but it's not, because these things are treasures and they're absolutely affordable, and I just love them. So I bought a little holly? Is it holly or is it mistletoe? I don't know. It's beautiful. Look at that work. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. So that's going to be a little bowl filler. Oh, and she had these acorns. I missed them, but oh, so cute. Her stuff is so, so cute. If you need a little bowl filler or whatever, she also did my, the word pillows, those kits I have that, yep, I still haven't done it. I'll get there. Karen, so bad. I will. But those came from her too. So anyway, Under the Woolen Willow, Michelle, amazing. I love it. Back to, where is that pillow? These little bulb, they're called bulb safety pins. And I had ordered some off of Amazon. They came in this box. There are 1,000 of them. But when I ordered them, I think I just kind of ordered them and I didn't realize that I had ordered black. They're black. They're all black. And I just thought that was a little harsh. Not that I won't use them, but it's a little bit harsh. So I went back on Amazon and bought this little package of them. You can tell they're called bronze and they look a little more vintagey, sort of. But so just FYI, Amazon. This was $6. This was $8. This is 1,000. This is 120. I'll probably never use both of any of them. But just so you know, there's a lot of options out there. But anyway, so I got those. I thought this turned out so cute. And I know that a lot of people put like buttons and stuff hanging from these. And I just thought it was a cute idea. So I bought some of these to look a little more vintage antique-y as opposed to that harsh black color. All right, so Kathy's Posies. She got me with another bag. So cute. Look at this fat little heart button. But obviously that's Fergus. And so I had to have it. I had also wanted one of these bags with the this is Lori Holt, right? These dual zippers. I just think that's so cute. So, did I need another bag? No. Did I buy another bag? Yes. So it goes. Okay, a friend at my Stitchy group gifted me this. Gone Batty. It's a Brenda Gervais pattern. She just did it on a really cute colored fabric, and it's just so cute. So, thank you very much for that. That I won't start soon, but I will start it. I went and bought all the DMCs. I think this pattern, it's from the Blue Flower. It called for two specialty flosses. I just bought the DMCs instead. So I got all the DMCs, but I'm still looking for a good fabric for that. I just love how, I don't know, there's something about that color. And that color is a color in cotton, I believe. Fennel Seed from Color and Cotton. And I did a search and I couldn't find it. So if anybody knows of a good alternative to Fennel Seed, I was thinking maybe the Winter Moon might look good. I don't know. But that's my next, I would like this to be my next Pretty Bird Sal. So if anybody has any ideas on fabrics for that, do let me know. And my last piece of haul is I received my punch needle and primitive stitcher. Is it Halloween or is it just December? It's just a winter issue, but it's a big one. It's thick. And this is the one I'm excited to do. It's from Twin Peak Primitives. I don't know. It's very Dickens. I don't know. I love that one. So, Stitch Smalls from PNPS. I think that's going to be my next go. I never did start The Boo by Liz Matthews. Oh, I have it. It's already set to go right there, but maybe I'll start this for Christmassy time. I don't know. I'm back and forth on Christmas stitching yet, but gorgeous magazine, thick magazine, so many projects. And I don't know. This says $16.99. When you buy a subscription, it's $40 a year. So they're all $10. Which, so if you pull one pattern, which I mean 1, 2, it's so worth it. Plus, let's keep things like this in production. That would be nice for everybody. So that's it for haul. Now on to my plans, which aren't really plans. My first plan was, and I'll just show you this. I don't think it's going to happen, but I had remembered that I had bought this chart last year or earlier this year. I don't know. So I went ahead and I kitted it up with most of the colors, and I found this beautiful piece of fabric. It's a 36 count. For some reason, too, I read on the back, I was just going fast. And what this says is 2 7x8 pieces of fabric. And so for some reason, I was like, these are 7x8? They're not. They're like 3x4. So this is bigger than what I need. But anyway, that was going to be a plan. I don't know. I still might get to it. I don't know that I'm feeling, I don't know. I'm having a time of it. November is also my birthday month. And so I usually do a birthday start, and it's often turkey related. And I just don't have one this year, and I just don't want to worry about it this year. So I have that kitted up if I feel the need for a start. This is my turkey bag. This is from Stonehouse Stitching on Etsy. I love her bags. And so this has a couple of my previous birthday starts. I believe this was my start 2 years ago. This is, I just call it Turkey Hollow Farm, but it's Houses of Berries Chapel Road, Turkey Hollow Farm from Stacy Nash. And I have a pretty good start on that. So I think I started this a couple years ago. Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, I pulled it exactly as she did because she stitched it all. And then she used some antiquing spray to kind of get these smudges on there. So that's my plan. I'm going to do the same thing, but I still have so much stitching to do. So that was my birthday start 2 years ago. Close enough. And this was my birthday start last year. This is Thomas by Not Forgotten Farm. And that's sad. That's the only, yikes. It's a long way to go. So I'm right here. So that was my start last year. My birthday, I'm a turkey baby, and so I always want to do a birthday start because it's my birthday, but then it's also like Thanksgiving time and everything's a little chaotic. So I don't have a plan for a birthday start this year. I don't know. Nothing's striking me. So I might get out one of these two. I have this as a new start if I want it. I don't really have any plans to do it. Then I took out, people are getting their Christmas stitching out, and I got a few little oohs going. And so This is the one that's actually probably calling to me the most because I would like to finish it, and the bad reason. There's one reason I want to finish it. Because I want to buy the other 3. This is Winter Assault Boxes by Plum Street Samplers. And I would like to do the summer and the spring and the fall. So I figure if I get one set done, I don't know, that's a bad idea. I shouldn't do that. I have so many things to stitch. I shouldn't do that. But this one is calling to me, mostly because I already finished one. I did not do all the white around. This is on 36 count Winter's Brew, which, so I did the one and I started the second one, which is so cute. I love these little reindeer. I love how they come in and out of the shot, kind of. So I have that, and I have a whole nother, so see, I could put a whole nother season on here because I also couldn't find any more Winter's Brew because I thought, oh, I'll just buy another piece of fabric and the other 3 charts and I'll have them all done on Winter's Brew. Well, I couldn't find another piece of Winter's Brew, but so maybe I should calm down. But I could definitely fit one other season on this piece that I already have. So see, it's just a chart, right? Anyway, this one is calling to me. This took me not very long, and I think this one really won't take as long. Plus, it's just wintry. So that's kind of the one that, of all these that I've shown you, the turkeys and everything, that's kind of the one that I'm leaning towards. And again, this is in a Kathy's Posies, that Nutcracker bag. Also, thank you for the people who told me the illustrator of this. I can't remember the name now. I couldn't figure out which book it was that I had read, but it'll come to me. I figure if I show my mom, she'll remember. She's real good like that. She's real good like that. So then this is a Quilting with Nico bag. Look at those bad kitties. Get out of that gingerbread house. Fatties. My God, you're fatty. So this one, I talked about this in my Whip Parade. This is from Samplers Not Forgotten, Christmas in My Heart. And that is a quote from Christmas Carol. I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. And this was one my white stitches, I lamented the white stitch. I've only gotten that far, but I looked at the pattern again and the white stitches are lost on the model too. And so it doesn't matter. See, they're lost there too. So I would like to get this one out this year. It's very Christmassy and I love the quote and I love that big house, and that's just one I would like to get out this year. And so this is my other option. Probably if I get that one out this year, I should not get this one out this year. This is Christmas at Holly House by the Scarlet House. I have it kitted. I do not have it started. I have it kitted with a piece of 36 count summer khaki because I decided my white was going to pop. I love this. I love it. So we're going to have a vote out. I've started this. I have not started this, but it is kitted. So it's not like it's a far cry. But if I'm going to, I can only work on one of these during, you know what I mean? So tell me your thoughts. Do I continue on this and conquer my white stitches? Or do I start this? I'm leaning. But tell me what you think. I just feel like if I try and work on both, nothing's going to happen. Which can happen. That's all right. All right, so those are kind of my thoughts for winter stitching, Christmas stitching, as it were. My other thoughts have been about 2024, and I just don't know what to do. So what happened? So with this year, with everything that happened with my son in Utah and going places, I did a lot of things from start to finish. Absolutely. I got a lot of finishes done, but a lot of those things were new things I bought. I stitched on till they were done and everything. So many of these whips that I really love haven't been touched. So like I was thinking about doing a whip parade, 99% of these would be in the exact same spot. But I definitely worked on things, but I would buy new things and work them all the way through. So I was thinking about how I need to get my hands on these. So the first option that came up, Magical Stitches is gonna have a book series this year, and it's not a competitive year, so you're not gonna be put on a team, which that makes it easier for me to join because then I don't feel the pressure. There's the books. Shoot, I don't remember the author. But they're kind of dark fairy tales. So each month we'll have, don't hold me to any of this, but I believe each month we'll have 10 stitching prompts, 200 stitches each. Those prompts are specific to items in your stitching. So stitch on something with a cat, stitch in blue stitches, whatever the case may be. You have to make that fit. But alongside that, they also have kind of an open stitching event, which I don't know what it is exactly, but you stitch 500 stitches to complete each one of those things. And those 500 stitches can be on whatever, in whatever, I don't know if it's a minimum of 200. It doesn't matter. If you want to know about this, go to Magical Stitches. Anyway, there is a way to follow prompts to get you to stitch on specific things, which would get me to touch whips. But there's also a way that I could earn points just stitching. I don't know that I want to commit to that. I might try it and just kind of see how it goes. Since it isn't a competitive year, I wouldn't feel badly if I kind of couldn't do it. So that's in the back of one head. Then we have WhipGo. I've done WhipGo the last 2 years. I was very successful the first year. I was very unsuccessful this year. Again, I was just stitching on whatever I was stitching on. And so I kind of feel like I don't want to put pressure on myself for that. It's a really fun event if you can do it right. And I just did not fill my board in a good way this year. I didn't know how I would be stitching, and so it just changed. So anyway, all this gets me to the fact of this is my idea for 2024. My idea, because the truth of the matter is, the only reason I'm doing Flosstube is because of my son. He has encouraged me to do this for years. And when we were in the hospital, I remember one night he was like, "Mom, could you don't have to call anybody else. You don't have to work on anything else. Just watch a Flosstube and have a few minutes to yourself." And so he understands that, like, it may sound silly, Flosstube, or people talking about their cross stitch or whatever. He gets it. And he has been very encouraging of me doing these videos. And he also just turned 15. And so what I thought I might do for 2024 is every Sunday have him pick a bag. Pick a bag. No repeats. I'll be honest right now. I don't know how many bags I have. I'm not counting. It's fine. But what I thought I would have him do is every Sunday, pick a bag. And that's the piece that I work on for that week. Now, some of these bags have 2 things in them. Some of them have 3 things in them. Some of them have something that I need to finish in order to get to the next piece. So like, if I were to buy the other seasons, I finish winter, I start spring. So over those 7 days, I don't really know how it's going to go. It's going to depend on what's in the bag. And my feeling was that if he comes here, right, he's going to pick a Star Wars bag. I would pick like the pretty sampler fabric, but he's probably going to pick Star Wars. So what my hope is that number one, I get my hands on a lot of whips. My hope is that in 52 weeks, I touch every bag. I don't know that that's the case. I'm not counting. Don't judge me. I don't want to do that. But it doesn't take him a lot of time. He just comes, he picks a bag. And then for those 7 days, I kind of figure out how I work on it. And that way I continue my 27.5. And then I'm working on a whip for 7 days, maybe 2 whips for, 3 days each or whatever, however I chunk it up. And I think I'll see, first of all, I'll see more whips and I'll see progress on those whips. So I have not talked to him about this yet. He may be grumpy and not want to do it, but I don't think I'm asking a lot from him. And so also, I don't have any sort of hashtag for it, but if anybody else wants to do this, and obviously just pick whoever you want to pick a whip. I don't care if it's a son or a daughter or a husband or a roommate or a cat or a dog. I don't care. If we want to come up with some sort of fun way to do this, I think it would be fun because I'm trying not to take on a lot of like new things. Like I will do a New Year, New Start. I'm really, really hoping that Mary Hill comes out. They said the fall, but it's still not out. That's what I would love to do as my New Year, New Start. If not, I'll find something else. But other than that, I don't have a lot of plans. Like probably if back to school comes back around, I'll do that. Maybe I'll do a birthday start next year, but I'm not going to do one this year. I'm trying not to, it's not that I'm trying not to start new things or buy new things. I just don't feel inclined to. I'm not feeling that pull at all. I'm feeling more of a pull to finish these things and get them fully finished. That's kind of my new jazz. So that's why I thought this would be a good idea. So if anybody wants to join me and have any sort of person in your life pick your whip, and we want to come up with a hashtag, I'm so down for that. Again, I haven't asked him, but he'll do it. That's terrible. I think he'll do it. It takes 2 seconds. I don't think it's a big deal. And I just think it would be a fun way for him to interact, and he will know then what I'm working on, and he'll know what I'm talking about in these videos, and I think it would be really fun. So that's kind of my plan for 2024. I turned 50 in the year 2024. And I know there are people out there, I know Penny's daughter she's doing 50 starts for her 50th birthday, and that is lovely. I am going to avoid mention of my 50th birthday in the year 2024 with all of my might. So, blessings to anyone who makes a different choice. I kind of want to just live in who I am and not worry about it too much. So, anyway, that's the plan. Let me know what you think about the Christmas choices. Let me know what you think about that idea. Maybe I'll talk to my son about it before we come back because it'll be almost time. Like I said, I'm going to do a New Year, New Start. So I'll figure out what I'm going to do and hopefully have that for you next time. And other than that, kind of let go of the pressure of it all. It's coming. The Thanksgiving is early. The Christmas is a-coming. I haven't shopped. I haven't done anything. It's coming. It'll come whether we like it or not. So I'm just going to take a few breaths, do what feels right for me in the moment, and I hope that you can do the same. And if that leads us back here again, then we'll do it again. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.